Hey everyone, it's me Amy from Street Life Ministries. This is going to be my video update for the month of May. Just sharing some things that God's been doing in my life and just through the ministry. First off, I want to thank you guys for those of you guys that replied and just gave me some comments and feedbacks. They were really, really helpful and just encouraging, and just love to hear from you guys. It's always nice to know how you're doing and just what God's doing in your life too. Just prayer requests as well. I love praying for you guys, and you guys are my life. So, well, Jesus is my life, but anyway. So, as some of you guys know, I'm done with school already. Woohoo! I'm no longer a sophomore. Officially done. Be out of school for the next 3 months, which is just a real blessing. In this time, I'm just hoping to be not only refreshed but renewed. And right now we have summer outreach, and we're in the midst of another busy season, which is always good. It's always good when we have teams, because it's nice to be able to not only serve them and have people coming in and out these doors, but like just really sharing with them God's heart for the city. Something that was really neat that happened was that Monday, when teams come in, we do a thing called orientation, and on Monday I led the orientation. It was a really stretching time for me, but at the same time, like, I'm in awe of what God did. Like, in this season of my life, there's been a lot of changes, a lot of healing, a lot of deliverance, a lot of just stretching, but a good type of stretch. And in the orientation, I was able to share and preach on Isaiah 58. And for me, I'm not a preachy type, though I'm learning by God's grace how to just effectively communicate. And one of those things is during this video is that I am effectively learning how to communicate things that God is doing. And of course, with change, like anytime you go through a time period of change, it's always just hard. Nobody likes to change. Nobody likes to go through changes. And for me, like, this past month has been nothing but change. The very fact that my room was moved, I moved to a new room, is a whole lot of changes. But something that I'm learning through in the midst of change, in the midst of just being stretched, in the midst of growing, and is that God promises to be our help. And not only does He promise to be our help, He does it because He loves us. This morning, like, for example, I have a hard time waking up in the morning. And this morning, it's just, I woke up late, and my normal reaction would be, okay, well, you failed. And because part of, like, when you go through things, it's like you don't want to fail. You don't want to ever, like, you just don't want to be weak. That's part of our human nature. So I felt like I failed in a way by not waking up early. But as I was just sitting there for the little time that I had, being able to spend time with the Lord, like, I was just, God brought me to Psalm 42. And Psalm 42 is a specific verse that goes, you know, why be so downcast on my soul, you know. And then after that, it goes, God was the help of my countenance. Like, just the very fact that God is our help, like, it really encouraged me. Like, you know, I'm not doing this by my own strength. I'm not going through stuff by my own strength. It's the very fact that God is my help. He's my strength. He's my deliverer. He's my refuge. You know, all those things, like, it's just become a lot more alive to me now that I'm, like, in this season of change. And it's hard, but it's always, like, it's always for our good, and it's always because God does delight in us. Like, the Bible talks about how I'm His beloved and His delight is in me, and it's just been, like, a really now word for me. And I hope for you guys too, like, whatever God puts you through, whatever is going on in your life, no matter how hard it may be, God's promised to help, and He's promised that His love is, like, everlasting. So the very fact that he's faithful and he loves us, and he delights in us. He does things in our lives, and it might not always be pleasant, but it's been one of those things where as I'm like walking out what he's placed in front of me, like the orientation or waking up early on time and things like that, like it's helping me to know him more. Another thing is, like, at the end of this month, I will have to be leading a team by myself. The rest of the team at Street Life, David and a few of the people on staff, they'll be going to Brazil, and since we have teams every week this month, I will be leading the last 3 days that the team is here. It's kind of scary, but I'm kind of excited now that, like, just this new thing, like recognizing and this revelation of his help is like there, and his Holy Spirit being there. But I really would like to ask you for a prayer for that. And I want to thank you guys again for just all your feedback, all your comments, your prayer, your support. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for you guys. And please let me know what you think about this video update. Let me know what you like, what you didn't like. If I talk too fast, I'm sorry. I just talk fast sometimes. Yeah, but I love you guys, and have a good day.